The 3-minute trading secret that changed everything. Most traders think their breakthrough will come from finding a better strategy, a better indicator, a better entry, a better mentor. But let me be honest with you. The biggest turning point in my trading life happened in just 3 minutes. Not during a trade, not during analysis, not while watching charts. It happened during silence. And here's the strange part. Those 3 minutes made me more money than years of overthinking ever did. Because the real problem was never my strategy. It was the version of me sitting behind the screen. Here's what nobody tells you. Most traders are not losing because they don't understand the market. They're losing because they don't understand themselves. And until that changes, nothing changes. Not permanently. Because a profitable system in the hands of an emotional person eventually becomes an unprofitable system. That's the hidden truth most people avoid. And this is where it changes. The 3-minute trading secret is not magical. It's psychological. It's the habit of pausing for 3 minutes before every trade and forcing yourself to slow down enough to become conscious again. Sounds simple, maybe too simple, but simple things become powerful when they interrupt destructive patterns, because most trading mistakes happen in emotional speed. Fast clicking, fast reactions, fast revenge trading, fast fear, fast greed. The average trader is not trading consciously, they are reacting emotionally, and reaction is expensive. Those 3 minutes create space between emotion and action, and in that space, your entire trading identity can change. Think about your worst trades for a second. Seriously, not the market conditions, not the strategy, your behavior. How many bad trades happened because you were calm, patient, and fully disciplined? Almost none. Most bad trades happen when you are emotionally rushed, after a loss, after missing a move, after seeing someone else make profit online, after feeling pressure to make money today. And if you felt this, you're not alone, because trading exposes emotional weakness faster than almost anything else. One emotional moment can destroy weeks of discipline. That's why the 3-minute pause matters. Not because it predicts the market, because it reveals your emotional state before you enter, and that awareness changes everything. Here's the first realization. Most traders are addicted to urgency. They think fast decisions make them professional, but the truth is, urgency is often emotional insecurity disguised as confidence. A weak trader feels uncomfortable waiting. A disciplined trader understands that patience is part of the strategy. Imagine becoming the kind of trader who no longer feels pressure to chase every candle. Imagine sitting calmly while everyone else reacts emotionally. That level of control changes more than your trading. It changes your mind. Because emotional discipline in trading eventually spills into real life. You become calmer, less reactive, more intentional. And here's the irony. The less desperate you become for money, the better your trading decisions become. That's the psychological paradox nobody talks about. So what actually happens during these 3 minutes? Simple. Before entering a trade, you stop everything. No clicking, no chart switching, no emotional reacting. You breathe, you observe your thoughts, and you ask yourself 5 questions honestly, not intellectually, emotionally. Question 1. Am I following my actual strategy? Not the strategy fear invented 5 minutes ago, your real system. Question 2. Am I entering because I see opportunity or because I feel pressure? Huge difference. Pressure creates impulsive trades. Opportunity creates calculated trades. Question 3. If this trade loses, will I still feel emotionally stable? That question alone exposes hidden emotional attachment. Question 4. Would I take this exact trade if nobody could see the result? That question destroys ego trading. And question 5. Am I trying to make money or prove something? Let that sit in your mind for a moment, because many traders are secretly trying to prove they are smart, trying to recover pride, trying to validate themselves, and the market punishes emotional validation seekers every time. There's a quote that changed how I viewed trading. Your first battle is never the market, it's your impulses. Read that again, slowly, because most traders think success comes from more analysis, but often success comes from fewer emotional mistakes. And emotional mistakes happen automatically when there's no pause between feeling and action. That's why the 3-minute rule works. It interrupts autopilot behavior. Let me tell you a story. There was a trader named Michael. For 2 years, he was stuck in the same cycle: win, overconfidence, overtrading, loss, revenge trading, blown account, repeat. He knew technical analysis, he understood liquidity, market structure, risk management, but emotionally, he was unstable. Every trade felt personal, every loss felt humiliating. One night, after losing almost an entire account in a single session, he realized something painful. He never actually gave himself time to think before entering trades. Everything was reactive, impulse after impulse, emotion after emotion. So he made one small change. Before every trade, he forced himself to step away from the screen for 3 minutes, no exceptions. At first, it felt stupid, pointless, too simple. But within weeks, something strange happened. He started skipping bad trades automatically, not because the market changed, because his awareness changed. Those 3 minutes exposed emotional trades before they happened, and slowly his behavior evolved. He traded less, but better. He stopped forcing setups, stopped chasing candles, stopped trying to recover losses, and eventually his account stabilized for the first time in years. Not because he became smarter, because he became calmer. That's the transformation most traders actually need. Here's another truth nobody tells you. Your nervous system trades before your strategy does. If your nervous system is overwhelmed, your decision-making becomes distorted. Fear makes you exit early. Greed makes you overstay. Ego makes you revenge trade. Impatience makes you force entries. That's why emotional regulation matters more than people think, because trading is not just technical, it's neurological. The market constantly triggers emotional survival patterns, and most people never notice it happening. Imagine becoming emotionally aware enough to catch those patterns in real time. That awareness is powerful, because awareness breaks automatic behavior, and automatic behavior is what destroys most traders. This is where identity evolution begins. You stop seeing yourself as someone trying to make money and start becoming someone who protects discipline. That shift changes everything. A desperate trader asks, "How much can I make today?" A disciplined trader asks, "How well can I execute today?" One focuses on outcomes, the other focuses on process, and process creates longevity. Here's what nobody tells you. The market rewards emotional maturity more than excitement. The people who survive long-term are usually not the most intelligent, they're the most emotionally consistent. That's why some traders with simple systems outperform traders with advanced knowledge, because consistency beats complexity every time. If this is connecting with you deeply, I want you to comment this below. Slow down before the trade. Not for engagement, for awareness, because repeating truths reinforces identity. And if you've ever destroyed a good setup because of emotion, I think this video is speaking directly to you. Also, if you genuinely want to become a calmer and more disciplined trader, subscribe right now. Not casually, commit to it. Because this channel is for traders who are ready to evolve psychologically. Traders who are tired of emotional cycles, traders who want real transformation. And if you stay consistent long enough, one day you'll realize something powerful. Your breakthrough did not come from predicting the market better,
It came from controlling yourself better, and that changes everything. This is really about reclaiming control over attention. Most people live reactively. Notifications, candles moving, panic, impulse, distraction. But disciplined traders train themselves to pause before acting. That pause creates power. Because emotional people react instantly, strong people respond intentionally. There's a massive difference. And once you understand that, you stop treating patience like weakness. You start seeing it as emotional strength. Imagine becoming someone who no longer panics when the market moves quickly. Someone who can miss a trade without emotional collapse. Someone who understands that protecting mental clarity is more important than catching every setup. That identity shift is priceless. Let me be honest with you.
Let me be honest with you. You do not need to become perfect to become profitable. You just need fewer emotional mistakes repeated over time. That's it. And sometimes one small habit can change an entire identity. That's what these 3 minutes really represent. Not a trick, not a hack, a transition from unconscious trading to conscious trading, from emotional reaction to intentional action, from desperation to discipline. There's another quote I want you to remember. The quality of your trading decisions depends on the quality of your emotional state. Most traders ignore this completely. They analyze charts while emotionally unstable. They trade while frustrated, while tired, while desperate, while angry, and then wonder why their execution collapses. But imagine becoming the trader who protects emotional clarity like it's part of risk management. Because it is. A clear mind protects accounts. An emotional mind destroys them. And maybe this entire video can be summarized in one uncomfortable truth. Most traders do not need another strategy. They need emotional space between feeling and action. That's what the 3-minute rule creates. Space. And sometimes space is the difference between discipline and destruction. So before we close, I want you to reflect honestly. How many losses in your trading journey came from lack of knowledge, and how many came from emotional behavior? Be honest with yourself, because self-awareness is where transformation begins. Not denial, not ego, not pretending. Awareness. And if you can build awareness consistently, you are already closer than you think, closer than most people ever become. Because most traders never slow down enough to observe themselves honestly. But you can. And once that happens, everything starts changing quietly. Your entries, your patience, your confidence, your emotional stability, your identity, and eventually, your results. So the next time you feel emotional before a trade, pause. 3 minutes. No reacting, no chasing, no proving, just awareness. Because that small pause may save you from becoming the same emotional trader you've been trying to escape. And if you're serious about becoming disciplined, about mastering yourself instead of chasing hype, then subscribe right now. Not casually, commit to it. Because this channel is for traders who are ready to evolve psychologically. Traders who are tired of emotional cycles. Traders who want real transformation. And if you stay consistent long enough, one day you'll realize something powerful. Your breakthrough did not come from predicting the market better. It came from controlling yourself better. And that changes everything.